big reveal here for my new solar-powered off-grid camper. Very excited that I finally got it put together. It took me a while because I was trying to seal up the boler for the rain, which came about a week after I got it all stuck together. So here it is. I'll go through my components, which some of you have seen before, but this is a new install on the boler camper here. So these are my 30-watt panels, 120 watts total there. These guys are all hooked up, now let's see, in series, because I got an MPPT charge controller. I made a mark on the back of my boler by leaning this against it. That's not good. Alright, anyway, so that's the panel here. Now what I did, similar to my white camper, I put a hole in the side, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to get an outlet, exterior outlet cover with the, the spring door on it for weather seal, and then I'll just use this. This is my disconnect, so that when I'm moving, I just put the panel inside the camper, and we're good to go. So I'll take you in here and I'll show you what I got going here. So first I'll show you the guts of the operation. I just got this, just got it roughed in. So it's just sitting under the right side camper, underneath the back dinette seat here. So I'll just put you down here. So I got my 90 amp hour battery, deep cycle battery. It is AGM. It does not vent, so it is safe to be in here. It is a heavy beast, but it works well. I really like it. It's not a cheap battery. And then I've got my 1000-watt inverter here, which I pulled out of a Xandrex power pack, backup battery box thing. So it'll do the 110 by these wires here. And it'll also do the 12 volt, obviously. So I got a little 12 volt that I gotta hook up, like just a 12 volt socket. And here's the tester. So I just pulled that interface off the Xandrex power pack box, and it's just on off. So that's the tester to show the power. And if I want to turn it on, just turn the power on there, and it starts. And I got 120 volt power. So that's good. That's all just kind of, there's no names on it because it's all ripped out of a Xandrex box, but it works good. So it's nice and close to the battery, so that I don't have any trouble with power draw. I've already used this in my other camper, and I ran a toaster off it, and let's see what else I ran a vacuum off it. We toasted toast with it, off-grid, when we were camping one time. Works well. I mean, the camper's about 1000 watts, but because it runs for such short a time, like 2 minutes to toast the bread, it's not a big deal. So yeah, it works perfectly. It doesn't drain a lot. It doesn't take a lot of watts when you consider that it's 2 minutes. So it doesn't take a lot of watt hours. So the rest in a second here. All right, I'm back here. All right, so I've got the let's see, the EP Solar 2215 RN. I believe that's the name of it. So it's been a while since I did the original review on it, so I just got it tucked in here. It is up and down so that the fins can get some airflow. I've really never had a problem with this unit overheating. Probably because I'm not running a lot of power through it. I think it'll handle up to 500 watts of solar. But obviously I only have 120 watts, so it's not a big deal for this charge controller. This can handle a lot more than I've got on it. So what I've got here is so these are my solar panel wires. Solar positive, negative. These ones go to my battery. So I got nice thick, I don't know what they are, 10 gauge or something wires to go to the battery here. And these smaller ones, they're not very thick. These are my 12 volt for the lights. I turn them on and off with the remote meter, which I'll show you in a second. I've just got these back, what you call it, basically plugged into a wire that goes to one of the 12 volt lights. And I've just got it in line with the wire that goes to one of the 12 volt lights. So it goes to the 12 volt light up on the side, the porch light actually, and then the 12 volt also actually flows around to the rest of the camper, and that means I don't have to worry about going back to the original source of the 12 volt, which was in the wiring harness up front. So these wires are a little thin. These are 18 gauge, I think, but I'm not drawing a lot of power right now through it. My plan actually is to, I've ordered a USB kind of charging station dock, and it basically goes, you put it on a wall, and it's got two USB ports. It's got a 1 amp, I think, and a half an amp or a 2 amp or something like that. I need to look at the numbers. My brain's not working right now. But anyways, it's got the two ports. So it's got the the higher amperage port for, say, an iPad, and the lower amperage port for an iPod or some other regular 500 milliamp USB device. Yeah, that's what I think it is. 500 milliamp and 1 amp, 1 or 2 amps. So I think two USB ports will be perfect for us when we're off the grid camping or something, just to charge our iPad or overnight or during the day or whatever, when solar power is good. So I'll probably put it up here somewhere. This is just the side of the cupboard here, and obviously the bed goes across here. So I'll probably make a little shelf here, and it'll be a little charging shelf. And so I'll just sink my two USB ports into there. And I really don't think we'll need much more than that. There are 120 volt outlet here, socket here. So, and I don't know if I'll add a lot more than that actually. There's actually there's another 110, 120 volt outlet here. So I've got a number of plugs. But really, when I'm off the grid, I don't want to use 110 volt anyways. I just want to use 12 volt where possible. Now, I also have this 12 volt plug, and this is for my cooler, my mobicool, my mobicool cooler, which I've done a review on, and now it sucks some power, so probably when we're at a campsite with two-way service, which most campsites these days have at least one-way or two-way service. It's actually hard to find sites that are unserviced now. Not hard, but most sites are going that way, where they're providing service either way, because a lot of people who go camping want to plug in all their electronic devices anyways, even if they're tenting. So anyways, I'd probably run that off the power. I just got my big black cord in there, which I can plug into 15 amp service there. Maybe 30 amp. I'm not sure if it'll take 30 amp or not. I haven't actually looked at the breaker. But anyways, so I'll use that. The other thing is that I don't know if I've ordered it. I'm going to get a socket. No, actually, I have a socket. I have a socket for one of these guys. So I'll just, I'll have a socket plugged in right, maybe right here, just above the charge controller, because it's sitting right under there. If you see there. So I'll have a socket right there, because it ends up that this area here actually works best for the mobicool cooler anyways, in terms of where to put it. In my other video, I was trying to see if I could set it in here, where the original fridge went, but it just doesn't fit. There's no way I can kind of make it fit nicely. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So I'll have the 12 volt socket here. I'll have a USB charging port here, or charging station. That should cover me for our electronic devices. And then what I did here was I for the remote meter, I put it on the outside of the cupboard, just as you come in the door here. And I kind of like it here because when I'm arranging my solar panels outside, I like to sort of direct them into the sun and then check how much voltage I'm getting and how much amperage is coming in. So I like it to be kind of up front, right by the door here. And so yeah, I just cut a hole, just traced it and cut a hole right in the fiberglass. Put some self-tapping screws in there. That'll be fine for now. And the remote cable just runs under there, and then it just goes to the charge controller again, which is just on the back here. So that works well. This is the standard MT5 meter for the EP Solar 2215RN charge controller unit. This is an excellent meter. I've said it before, but I definitely recommend you getting the meter. It tells you what's going on. And the other nice thing about this setup is that I showed you the 12 volt here, which I have wired directly from the charge controller into the 12 volt wires of the system. So to turn all the 12 volt in the camper on and off, all I have to do is click that button, and that turns on my little light bulb. Alright, I want to show you the load mode here. I didn't have my load timer set correctly. So now, I don't know if you can see it, but the little bulb icon is not lit up. But if I press this here, it will turn on. So I just got 12 volt lights right there, and there's one on the other end here, and there's actually one on the outside right there. That's a porch light. So I'll show you what it does here. So I don't know if you can see it again, but press that. That guy will light up, show it's lit up, and then you can see that is lit up here. And also this one out here, you can see that works. So that's all 12 volts. And then to turn it off, you just press this button down again, and it shuts off. It takes a second to refresh, but the bulb shows off there, and then this one's shut off. So that's kind of handy. These are the original incandescent 12 volt bulbs in there. So I'm going to get LED replacements for that. But for now it works. They consume about 1 amp a piece. 1 amp hour, a piece. So I guess that would be 12 watts. So that's a fair bit. Don't want to be running those all the time, but all things considered, it's not too bad. Anyways, so yeah, I just got those couple lights. I probably don't need a lot more for lights. And I've got my power station with my USB and my 12 volt socket, so I'm good for off-grid use. So this is my new off-grid camper. It is basically good to go. I've got charge coming in here. It's late at night and it's still pulling in about 41 volts because I have all those panels hooked up in series, like I said. So it's converting that 41 volts to 12 volts. 13 or 14 volts in order to charge the battery up to whatever it is, 13.7 volts or whatever. Yeah, it's showing 13.7 volts right now. And then all the the extra 25 volts or whatever, it's actually converting into amps. So I get a bit more usable energy out of it. So that works great for me. I love this EP Solar system. The actual name of it, I found my manual here. It's the Tracer 2215RN. It's the 15 unit, the 150 volt unit, and that's where I can hook them all, 4 panels up in series there, as long as I don't go through that limit. And they each put out about just under 20 volts a piece, I think, each, if they're in full sunlight. So I could probably add another panel to that and still be under the 150 volt limit. So, alright, I'll end this video off now. That is the look at my off-grid camper. I'll do an update if I change any of it. And I got to rewire some of this stuff. I got a lot of cleanup to do here. So I'll rewire it, and then I'll show you the next stuff, alright? Talk to you later.
Over.